Most people think learning a new language is about memorizing long word lists that never end. But what if I told you I could make you memorize 10 plus French words in the next couple minutes and you will actually have fun doing it? If you're looking to learn a new language and don't have a lot of time and need to get fluent as soon as possible, then don't start until you watch this video. I am Emma Alam, the world memory, speed reading, and mind mapping champion and holder of 2 Guinness World Records in the field of memory, one of which is for memorizing 410 random words in 15 minutes. And my mission here is to help as many of you learn these very same techniques that helped me go from a failing student to now being a world memory champion. And I was also able to cover a 2-year syllabus that I had in a matter of 2 months. And these methods are incredibly easy and fun to learn and apply, but so few people know about them. So if I can get even one of you to be able to memorize faster and make memorization fun again, then it's all going to be worth it. In this video, I'll be sharing my take on learning a new language using the methods that memory champions use to memorize these enormous amounts of information. Thousands of numbers, hundreds of words, hundreds of names, and apply that to learning a new language. So let's get right into it. Now, most people, when they're trying to learn a new language, they try to do it the same way schools teach it, which is you have a long list of words, you look at it, and you repeat it, or maybe you write it out a couple times, and you try to go over it again and again, hoping that somehow it's going to stick. But that is the slowest and most painful way to learn a new language, or in fact, learn anything. Maybe you'll remember a couple words for the test, but in a week, they're going to be erased from your memory. Because the truth is, our brain is not built for repetition. It's built for imagination, it's built for linking and visuals. And that is where super learning comes in. Using memory methods, you can turn every new word into something memorable and visual so that you don't have to force your brain to remember it, but your brain will want to remember it because it's so fun and easy to recall. Oh, and stay until the end of this video because for the ones who stay till the end, I've got a very big surprise gift. So just to prove to you that it works, recently I was in the plane going to Netherlands, and in the Netherlands they speak Dutch. Now, you know, in Europe, the language they speak is not English. English is not spoken widely, and so the European countries speak their own language respectively. And so when you're going to Europe, it's better if you know a couple words in their language rather than relying on the English that you know. So I was in the plane. I hadn't had time to learn the full language, but I was in the plane and I was memorizing a couple words using this same technique. So I memorized a couple words. One of those words was for water, one was for juice, you know, hello, the normal things. When we were at dinner in the Netherlands, there was a girl beside me who didn't speak Dutch. She only spoke English, and she wanted to drink this juice, and the menu didn't have English written on it, nor did the waiter speak English. So I was like, oh, show me the menu. And I took the menu and I went through the list. Obviously, I couldn't read all of the words, but I did recognize the word that I did learn, which was juice, which is sap in Dutch. So I read that word and then I read apple in the beginning. I was like, oh, you can just go for this. Just ask the waiter to get you apple sap. She was so impressed. She's like, oh, wow, you know Dutch? Like, I don't know Dutch. I just learned a couple words. But just to show you that learning just a few words, even using this technique, makes it fun, makes it fast. And even a couple words, if you know them when you're traveling, it's going to make a big difference in maneuvering in a new country when you're going to travel. So that was a little personal anecdote. And with that, let's get into the technique. So for this video, let's use the linking method. Now, this is one of the foundations of all memory techniques that memory champions use. And it is one of the first things that I learned when I first took the memory course from my coach, Sanya Alam. And we talk a lot about it in our book, Mastering Memory, as well as other advanced techniques that students and professionals can use in all walks of life because it is just that powerful. Oh, and if you're interested in getting a copy, either an ebook or a physical copy, you can check the links in the description box below. So we're going to take 10 French words and turn them into weird, fun, and emotional pictures that your brain will want to remember. Now, I'll show you images for each one, but you have one simple job. So your job is to feel like it's happening to you or it's happening in front of you. So really see it, really feel it, and feel the emotion attached to it when you do look at the picture. So if I say a big dog is barking near you, then don't just imagine it as something that's happening far away. See it as something that's happening right here. If a dog was actually here barking loudly, then maybe it'll make you nervous, or maybe it'll make you flinch, or maybe a little scared if you're scared of dogs. So really feel it happening actually with you, because that's what's going to make it double down into your memory, especially when we're starting out. Okay? Let's get started. So our first word is chien. Now, chien means dog. Now imagine a giant, shiny golden retriever jumps on you and starts chewing on your chin. So chin for chien. You can feel its warm breath, you can hear the slobbering sounds, and you're laughing but panicking at the same time as it's chewing, the dog is chewing on your chin. So chin, chien for dog. Our next word is chat. Chat is cat in French. So imagine a very fluffy and plump cat sitting on your laptop on the chat app. So chat for chat. So it's using the chat app and it's typing away, it's ordering sushi, or it's sending emojis, and you're just sitting there watching it in disbelief. So chat for chat, and who was on the chat? It was a cat. Our next word is pomme. Now pomme means apple. So imagine a really, really humongous giant palm of the hand coming down from the sky and smashing a red juicy apple right in front of you. So juice explodes everywhere, you flinch, and pieces of the apple hit your face and maybe even go in your mouth. So pomme is apple. Our next French word is pain, and pain means bread. So imagine yourself holding a big black pan, because pain sounds like pan, and see yourself sizzling to a point where the bread is almost black, and you're looking at it and you're like, why did I do it this much? So pain, pan, is for bread. Our next word is lait. Lait means milk. Now, lait is spelled with a t in the end, and so I'm trying to balance between the spelling of the word and the pronunciation of the word. So we're going to take latte, because it kind of sounds like lait, and it also, spelling is also similar with the t in the end. So latte for lait, and lait is milk. So imagine you're holding a cup of a very hot latte, and that latte spills all over your shirt, and you just smell that hot milk on your shirt. So the latte spilled on your shirt, and you just smelled the milk from the latte. So lait is milk. Next word is chaise. Chaise is chair. Picture yourself in a hurry. Why are you in a hurry? Because you're chasing a runaway chair, and the chair has wheels and it's zooming past you through the streets, and you're shouting, hey, come back, I need the chair. So you're chasing a chair. So chaise for chair. Next word is livre. Livre is book. Livre sounds like leaf, so we're going to take leaf. Imagine a giant leaf coming from the sky and coming onto the palm of your hand. The leaf, as soon as the leaf touches the palm of your hand, it turns into a hardcover book. And when you open that book, it glows from the inside, and wind just blows from inside it onto your face. So livre, leaf, when the leaf came and sat on your palm, it turned into a book. So livre is book. Next word is voiture. Voiture is car. Now you can obviously take your own associations for any of these words, just what I went by because I wanted to do the spelling and the pronunciation in one word. Voiture sounds and looks when it's spelled out a bit like vulture, so I took vulture for voiture. So imagine you land in France and you step outside the airport and you're looking for a car, and right in that moment a giant vulture comes and swoops down, picks up your suitcase and throws it into a shiny black car. And right then the driver hops out of the car and opens the door for you and says, "Welcome to your voiture." So voiture, vulture, car. Okay, ninth word, we're almost done. Our ninth word is femme. Femme is woman. So for woman, with the meaning of the word as well as how it sounds, I just felt like it should be feminine. So I'm going to use feminine for femme, which means woman. Okay, imagine you're in a crowd and there's a stage and out walks a beautiful feminine woman, and she walks onto the stage and she's wearing a sash as well that says most feminine. So femme, feminine, is woman. Okay, last word, 10th word. 10th word is homme. Homme means man. So when you look at it spelled out, it's spelled out a bit like home. So we're going to take home. Now imagine a big house with arms and legs, and he's wearing a black suit with a tie, and he's walking out like a proper man and comes out and says, "Yes, I'm a home man." So homme is man. Okay, that was 10 words in French that you just learned. Now let's go through them again quickly as a review and see if maybe you remember. Don't feel pressurized. Just if you remember it, then great. Tell me in the comments however many that you got right. All right, let's go. Okay, what does chien mean? What was chewing on your chin? Yes, the dog was chewing on your chin. Okay, how about chat? Who was using the chat app on your laptop? It was the cat. So chat is cat. Okay, pomme. What was pomme? Pomme sounds like palm of your hand. What was the pomme doing? Yes, pomme is apple. Awesome. Next was pain. What does pain remind you of? What were you doing in a pan? You were frying bread. Yes. Okay, next, lait. What is lait? Lait sounds like latte. And then what did the latte do? The latte spilled on your shirt, and then the latte smelled like milk. So lait is milk. Okay, next, chase. What is chase? What were you chasing after? You were chasing after a chair. So chase is chair. Okay, do you remember lever? Lever sounds like leaf. And the leaf came on your palm and then turned into a book. Awesome. Okay, how about voiture? Voiture sounds like something that flies. Voiture sounds like vulture, right? And what was the vulture doing? The vulture, it swooped in and it took your suitcase to the car. So voiture is car. And femme, this one is easy. Femme is someone who's very feminine, which is a woman. Yes. Okay, last one. Homme. What is homme? Homme sounds like home, and the home was dressed up as? He was dressed up as a man. So homme is man. Amazing. Okay, tell me in the comments, go in the comments right now and tell me how many you were able to guess, obviously before I actually gave you the answer, how many you were able to get right and how many you remembered. So that was fun. That was a very basic technique called linking, and we just used that to memorize 10 words in French in just a couple minutes. So pretty cool, right? And trust me, this is just scratching the surface. There are so many more techniques in memory, in mind mapping that we can use to make learning a new language so much more fun and so much more easier and faster. But I'm not really sure if many of you are interested in this kind of thing. So if you are interested and would like a part 2 of this, then please let me know in the comments, and then I'll make a part 2, or maybe we can even make it a series. Now time for the surprise that I was telling you all about. So if you went through the techniques and found it even a little useful, obviously this was your first time doing it, and so maybe you were able to get 2 or 3, and maybe not all of them, but if you found it a little interesting or it intrigued you in a way that, oh, this is a creative way of learning, or this is something that is fun and doesn't burden your brain like usual, and if you're anything like me who thinks that rote memorization and the rote method simply does not work for you, then you will want to hear this. I am offering a flat 50% discount on the full Memory Skills course, which is the exact same course that I took that took me from being a failing student to then covering 2 years of my syllabus in 2 months to then being a world champion. It covers all of those skills, and I'm offering you a 50% discount. This course teaches you all the skills you need to master your memory. And if you're a student, whether you're a professional, if you want to learn a new language, or if you want to get better in your studies, or especially if you're a professional who is completing a degree or some sort of certification, or who is studying alongside their work, this works especially well because I can understand how little time you have and how much more efficient you have to be with your studies. Now this course is usually for $297, but exclusively for those of you who made it to the end of this video and made it this far and have supported me here on YouTube, I am making this gift available to you for a 50% discount, bringing the price down to $148. And the code to do that is on the screen right now. It's not going to be in the description or anywhere else. It is just on the screen right now, and you can screenshot this and then go to the course link in the description box below under memory course, and then all you have to do is apply the code and you will be good to go. Now this is just my way of saying thank you, and it's the closest thing I can do as handing over you the Memory Champion's brain, because it has all the skill sets you need to take your brain from being normal to being a memory champion. And it doesn't have to be a memory champion. Obviously not a lot of us are going to do that, but a champion in your own life, in your studies, in your profession, for promotions, for presentations. Having a better memory means excelling in all of those areas. So for those of you who are ready to take the next step, then I'll see you inside the course. And for everyone else, thanks for watching and keep learning.